Hi everybody, my name is Zhenya and today I'm going to teach you how to cook a Russian stew. And if you've ever been to Russia or you've never been to Russia but you want to try some of the wonderful cuisine that we have in my home country, I just want to let you know that it's very easy to make and very tasty and nutritious. And in Russian food we use a lot of vegetables, mainly potatoes and onions, and there's a saying in Russia that potato is the second bread. Anyways, for the Russian stew what we're going to need is about half a pound of beef. Here I have a big package. This is 1.25 pounds, so I'm gonna actually cut it in half and only use half of this. The next thing we're going to need is some potatoes. I have 4 of those, and these are actually pretty large, so if I put it next to my face, this is like 2/3 of my face. So we're gonna use 3 of those potatoes because of how big they are. And then we're also gonna use some carrots, and I have the baby carrots here. I personally prefer to use the long carrots, the ones that you just buy in a package, but the people I'm cooking for don't have any long carrots, so we're gonna use those. Then we have this onion, and that's also gonna be all cut up and stewed, well, fried and stewed. And we are also going to use some parsley and some celery, and this is going to be absolutely amazing. Russian cuisine is famous for the usage of herbs and spices, and so here is parsley and here is celery, and I know these two are so much alike. I had the most difficult time ever in my life actually telling these apart, but I finally managed to do so. Anyways, we are going to begin by chopping everything up and peeling the potatoes. I'm not going to tape how I peel the potatoes. I'm pretty sure it's going to be really easy. I will be using this little handy potato peeler. If you don't have a potato peeler, you can always use a knife and so on and so forth. But once I have everything chopped up, I will make sure to take a video for you. Stay tuned. So as you can see, I pulled my hair back just to make sure that there's no hair in my food. And I have the tomatoes diced, and I'm going to show you. So here what they look like. And I highly recommend that when you fry them, because first we're going to fry them, then we're going to bake them. When you fry them, you use real butter. Don't use canola oil, don't use olive oil, don't use any types of oils, just use regular butter, okay? Let's fry our potatoes. So here we have our potatoes frying. I'm gonna stir them occasionally using this little guy right here. And while the potatoes are frying, don't forget to stir them, but let's move on and start chopping up the onions, the carrots, and the meat. So now I'm going to show you how I cut up the onions and the carrots. And as you can see, the onions are these huge onion rings. I would recommend buying or using smaller or medium onions for this type of thing. I had a very large onion, so some of these are very big, like this one for example. This isn't gigantic. Carrots, again, I also cut up in circles, but remember, these were baby carrots. If you are going to have normal size carrots, you can always use the grater. Up next here I have a little bit of butter left, and then here is my garlic. I could not find the garlic press, so I just cut it up like so. This is absolutely fine, and so if you guys like garlic, add it. If you don't bother. And then here is the meat. I have it in these about 1 inch to 1.5 inch size pieces, and we're also going to fry it. Okay, and then I have this prepared. This is the big pot that's gonna go in the oven. This is what I'm going to bake it all in. Now the potatoes are almost done, and you can see that little brown golden crust. So once these are done, they're gonna go in this pot, and we'll put onions and carrots there. Stay tuned, keep watching. So here we have our onions and carrots and garlic in there a little bit, and as you can see, these onion rings are going to be so big, but it's actually pretty cool because I think it's going to like add character to the meal, to the dish. And so we're going to fry them until they're translucent. We're finally frying our last ingredient, which is beef. You want to make sure that it's thoroughly fried on both sides. And while you're doing this, it's a good idea to turn on your oven. And I'm going to bake at 325, but I'm also going to use conventional bake. And if you're not going to use convention oven function, then you should probably bake at 350. Now here's what's going to happen next. You're going to want to mix all of the ingredients in the pot that's going to go in the oven. Plus you're going to want to add a little bit of chicken broth, or you can get beef stock, anything that you want, and pour about 2/3, maybe half a cup, 2/3 of a cup in there. Plus add about 2/3 or half a cup of water. So basically you want to go 50-50. You want to go 50% chicken broth and 50% water, or 50% or 2/3 chicken broth, 2/3 water. Anyways, you want to also add some black pepper and some bay leaf. And if you guys don't know where to buy bay leaf, it's going to be in the spice aisle. Now we're going to close this and put it in the oven for 30 minutes. But remember, after 20 minutes that it's been in the oven, you want to make sure, you want to take it out and you want to add a little bit of sour cream and some of the greens. And then afterwards, after the rest of the remaining 10 minutes go by, you can take it out and it's going to be ready to serve. Are you ready to see our stew? Ta-da! There it is. And you guys can probably tell that there are little green pieces here and there, and this is cilantro and parsley. So all you have to do now is grab a bowl and enjoy.